Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's segment of readings. Um, this is on James 13 Wicca on YouTube, in case you're not seeing it there. For the main tarot, I'm going to use Wild Reflections Tarot deck by Spell. And there is a website on the back here. I believe it's there, yspell.com. It's in the center over here. There we go. If you're interested. That's what we have for the tarot deck. The oracle cards I'm going to use are Sacred... Okay, can't hold it. Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. It's hard to read it backwards. By Denise Lynn. Where's the websites for Denise? I think it's on the back of the book. So it's at the end of her paragraph where you see her face, that yellowish box. It's at the bottom of it. DeniseLynn.com if you want to check her out. And I also use dice. I use a 22-sided dice for the major arcana, substituting 22 for 0 for the Fool. 14-sided dice for the minor arcana, and a 4-sided dice to choose the element. It's from the Dice Shop. The website there is mathartfun.com. I don't know if it's showing up. I don't know if you can see mathart.com. Hopefully you can. mathartfun.com. Alright, that being said, if you'd like a reading from me, shoot me an email, james4astral@gmail.com. That's James number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. That being said, let's get into your reading. Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. That being said, what do we have for Aries? I keep feeling like there's a gift, some type of gift. It doesn't have to be tangible, but something is waiting, or something is being created. Maybe it's in the process of creation. One more. Okay, so there's a gift, but like it's the next level. Because I'm seeing the Ace of Cups in the past. There's already something really good here. And I feel like however this started, I don't know. However this started, there was a really good point. So it doesn't mean the whole story has been good, but I feel like this is one of those things where at one point the story just got really good. It started however it started. I don't know what to say about that because I get some weird energy with it. Whatever this is, it might have started kind of funky, kind of weird. It kicked up. It showed what it was really about. It felt good, and I feel like, okay, I locked in with it. This is good. There might be some misconceptions of the past, too. I keep feeling like, for example, maybe you knew somebody in high school, for example, but you never really got to know them, and then a while passes, you meet them after high school, and you find out that you actually did have a lot more that connected you together than you really knew. I find that with tarot stuff. I meet people who I knew a long time ago, and they didn't seem like they were at all into this type of stuff. And then I find out, oh, they were just kind of like not. They were very uncomfortable with this subject in the arena that we were both connected in. I find that a lot when, like, if like I was a worker and they were in management. I find that a lot with that. If there's something like that, and then their energy just seems to have been blocked at the time, and then now when it's freed up, it's different. So I'm getting that with this too. It's like maybe I had a conception or a thought about like this didn't work or something didn't seem right or felt disconnected from this person, and then later on they showed to be good. Energy is coming. There's more that's waiting, more that's trying to come out of this situation. I do get like there's a timing thing with this. So whatever it is that's going on here, it feels very time release. Like I have seen this happen in people's readings where they weren't connected with people and they weren't really wanting to be connected with certain people for a time, and then later on they're connected and they get very close with certain people, and it's a good thing, and they're questioning like, why didn't I like them then? Why was it not so good then? Why is it good now? And it's almost like it was purposeful because the timing wasn't right. If you came together too soon, things would have went in a different direction and that wouldn't have actually worked, not for the highest good. So it needed to wait, it needed to be different. You needed to stay separate in your separate lanes until you both created your own special, unique flavors, and you cultivated that to a certain point where you could merge in, and then that knowledge and connection that you have built on your own could actually mirror in and actually be more complementary for each other. This doesn't have to be a romance thing, but I'm noticing it kind of sounds like it a little bit. It doesn't have to be like that. It could be a job thing, could be something else. I've had jobs where companies I just wasn't interested in, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like a good idea, and I just got right in, and I was just like, oh, why didn't I do this earlier? The timing wasn't right. There's a point to it, is what I'm getting. That might also help you decide whether this reading is for you or not, if you're kind of like, yeah, I can see where that kind of played out that way. Because I feel like this is also one of those subjects that it kind of takes up real estate in your brain, where you end up just thinking about it every now and then, like, I wonder why that, I wonder if this, I wonder if we just kind of connected earlier, that type of thing. I feel like I wonder about certain decisions that I have made. Okay. It's the Two of Wands and the Hermit, but the Two of Wands, I don't see it actually happening. I feel like I'm looking back at just like random decisions I've made, and I'm questioning things like, I wonder if I'd done that different, or this, that. For some reason, the history of this, I keep questioning. But I feel like it's not bad. We should keep moving forward. It's fine. Like literally, this card is here. It's saying you might be giving a situation more thought than you really need to. But one of the reasons you're doing that is because you do want more from this situation, but you're starting to question, okay. So you might be questioning, due to the things of the past, how we were connected from the past, how things have gone in the past, maybe that's what's slowing things up right now? Is that what you're wondering? That might be a thing. That might be a thing. And I get that it's not. Things are working out the way they need to. Because there's more here for you. There's letting go of certain baggage from the past that needs to happen. And there's letting go of, like, this happened, that happened. I feel like we all do this where we replay things or scenes from the past and we're like, I don't know, that wasn't my best moment. I really wish I didn't say that. I really wish I didn't do that. I know that I have them. And it's just kind of like letting yourself let that go and kind of like, you know what, comes up again. I'll remember this moment when I need to, and I just won't repeat that pattern. And that's the point of it. I feel like maybe I'm questioning the past, thinking it's limiting my future. It's not. It's not limiting your future. There's lack of communication, and there's the wild card. It's not the wild card. It's the Wheel of Fortune. I'm making it through the certain situation that I'm dealing with right now. There does seem to be a lot of boundaries, a lot of things where I just can't pass. I'm not, like, things are blocked they're not really blocked. Things are being held back for a reason. Something isn't coming forward just yet, but it's waiting. There's something that's actually, I feel like it's building. It's kind of like, somebody's building you the perfect car, for example. All the parts haven't come in yet. That's what this feels like. It's very, like, slow. It feels like, it's kind of like, I think it's the Aries energy. Aries is like, let's go, let's do it, let's get it done. And this energy is just kind of like, blah, no. Somebody else actually, even though they're taking more of a passenger viewpoint of the situation, They do have the ability to move it forward, but they shouldn't be moving it forward until they're ready. That's very important, because when they're ready, this is gonna hit really good. Um, I don't know. It's a general read. Take it with how you want. In the next few months, there's going to be work towards the next level. There's going to be work toward. It should start showing itself in the next few months. I don't know if it's going to solidify right away or if it's going to take some time. You might not realize it. This is one of those things where I feel like, I'm going to use a weird analogy. This doesn't have to be about relationships, but this reminds me of, I've seen this happen a few times where people say they don't want kids or they don't want to get married. And then the next thing you know, they're talking about, well, I'm kind of ready to get married. And then, or they're like, I'm ready to have kids. It's kind of like, you just take them at face value. Like they said they're not going to do that. All right, they're not going to do that. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, actually, yeah, I've changed my mind. Or they're like, maybe at this point they're more at peace with whatever it is. Things have changed, so they're making different decisions. I feel like there's some contradictory I feel like this is conversation. I know it's the Ten of Pentacles, or no, the Three of Pentacles, which talks about work. I feel like it's mental work, just to be fair. I feel like it's thoughts coming forward. I feel like when this first comes up, my first reaction is like, maybe this is just a passing moment. I don't know if they're really serious or if they're just having a moment. Maybe it's just, I don't know why they're saying that, but they said no to that before, and I don't really want to get my hopes up, so maybe I'll just stay out of that conversation. The Nine of Cups, it makes me feel like I'm just going to hold back and just not comment very much, if at all. If you want what they're talking about, that's not the best way to go about this, which is ironic because Aries usually is like, you want to talk about it, boom, there it is. But it's also, I feel like it's also Aries. You defined what that was. I accept that. I don't want to get my hopes up and then just have you pull out the rug from under me. So I'm not even going to entertain that conversation. Does that make sense? Hopefully it does. Because what they're saying is, actually, when they open that door to communication, just go for it. Go for it. Go for it. You'll be okay. Let yourself express what you really want. I feel like this is more of like, Aries is like already got that energy, like, but you define that. And I made peace with you saying no. So I haven't been letting myself go there. So I feel like that's my knee-jerk reaction. Like, you said that it's a no-go, so I'm not letting myself go there. If you let yourself go there, you have a lot of possibilities here. I think this is part of that gift. So, for example, if you wanted kids, just for an example, and this person you're with said no, and then later on they're having this conversation like, I thought about if I have kids, blah, 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 blah. Let yourself have that conversation with them. Let yourself have that conversation if you really want that to happen. It's an analogy. It doesn't have to literally be kids. I feel like most of you know that. The gift is waiting to come your way. There has to be some communication about it. I've also seen people have that conversation. I'm going to use the kid thing again. It's an analogy where it's kind of like, I think it was a woman, actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, it had to have been, or somebody who could have kids, physically give birth to them, where she said, I said I didn't want to have them as give birth to them. We can adopt or something else, but I'm not giving birth to them. So I feel like there might be a level of that to it too, kind of like, maybe the terms that you thought it was going to happen, they're like, no, I'm not passing that through my body. I'm not doing that. But we can adopt, or we can do this other thing, or we can do something where we end up with children, but I'm not going to have them. We can do a surrogate, something like that. But I'm not. No. I just remember hearing this one lady say that, and I thought, good for you. Like, I don't blame you at all. But she's kind of like, we could do it. I'm just not going to play that role. That's all. So there might be something like that where this gift wants to come forward, but it's not coming forward exactly how you're like, oh, I thought it was going to happen this way. You're not willing to do that way, but there's another version you're willing to do. That may be how this gift is coming in. How is that? Yeah, things are changing. Things are changing. that's not the Hierophant, but I do kind of feel Hierophant energy with this. There's rules with this. There's possibilities, there's conversations to be had. The transformation with the Phoenix, what is the word? A fresh new way of living emerges. I feel like this is going to be a long cycle. I don't know exactly what that means, other than you're going to have to apply it as you feel necessary. It's going to be a long cycle, and then it's going to go into a whole nother cycle, and it's going to keep building into new cycles and it's going to keep building on this energy, whatever it is. When I say long cycle, it might be like a bunch of mini deaths. When I say a bunch of mini deaths, like, okay, we got this far, and then we refined it, and then we go this far, and then we refined it, and then we go this far. It keeps getting better, but it's kind of like we're weeding out the things we don't want. We're weeding out like what will and what will not work, and I feel like we keep refining it, so that when I see that transformation, things keep refining till we finally find where we match. And we're like, all right, this path we're both agreeable on. We can do this if we want this to happen. I feel like this is the gift I've been talking about the whole time. Refining it and going through the conversations and keeping it moving forward. Whatever it is, like it could be like moving. It could be living in a certain location. It could be who knows what. It could be starting a business. And it could be like this person you're connected with. Maybe originally there were a no, but they're like, well, maybe if we did it this way, I'd be interested in researching it more. And this refining until you find something where you match. I think that's it. All right. I think we're done, so I'm going to shut it down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thanks again for watching, and have a great day.